right. Welcome to Guarantee News. As usual, my name is Garrett. If you're watching for a second, minute, entire video, first video, whatever it is, thank you for watching. Like this video, subscribe to GS Studios, my YouTube page. And on this video, tell me what you think. Where am I right? Where am I wrong? Am I completely right or wrong? Definitely like to hear in the comments, hopefully respectfully. Like I always say, I really don't have control of that, but whatever. So this episode is going to be about, I've always been thinking about it since Trump got into office, but this article put it in a way that was really interesting to read for me and made me think about it, by James Brigg. But it's just the type of politicians Indiana has in power, because there's Republicans, of the Trump-leaning mainstream facet. There's more traditional Republicans that I remember that remind me of the politicians that are more boring that I remember when Obama, just watching debate Obama and all that type of thing. And then there's a range of even Republicans. And this article has me thinking about it's funny, we have definitely full-fledged Trump supporters in office that are, and we've talked about on this show that the Trump administration, for the most part, but that's the people that are in his administration, the Pete Hegseth, that the defense secretary or whatever, the Tulsi Gabbards, the Mark Rubios, his administration does whatever he says. Different, people in Congress, people in Congress, the House and the Senate, it's a more different ranging of how they feel about things, even though they're Republican, the amount of where they fall on all of Trump's things. So we have very interesting ones, and this one's going to be specifically about our lieutenant governor, our current one, not Susan Crouch, sorry if I'm saying it wrong, but Micah Beckwith, one of our senators. It is, Jim Banks. Jim Banks. This is going to be about Jim Banks as well. He's one of the two Indiana senators. And it's going to be about, Micah Beckwith, right? Did I do Micah Beckwith first? Let me see. Yeah, because he's the lieutenant governor. And then, who's the one that had the car thing? Banks, Beckwith. Todd Rokita, our attorney general. Okay. Todd Rokita, Indiana Attorney General. This is going to be about them. Three important parts of any government in a state, and of course the ones that we have in the country. I'd like to give you an example. Pam Bondi. Okay, the Attorney General of the entire United States. So that's what Todd Rokita is for us. So this is going to be about these very important people, and just their actions, what they do, what they've done since they've started their roles with Trump at the beginning of this year. And very great article, again, by James Brigg. We're going to go through that. And first, we're going to start with this video. Let me see. Is this it? Let me refresh, because it starts to do the other videos. Okay, we're going to start with this video. And yeah, while the ad's playing, basically what I want to do with this is just the fact that they seem to be really childish. And they also seem to be very social media oriented, very joke oriented, and very combative, which, and he gets to this in the article, that is not something I think you'd want to see from your politicians. For better or for worse, whether you are Republican or Democrat, whether you like it or not, some of the things they're doing, like just posting on social media, if you're my age, if you're older than me watching this, you 1,000% can say this is hell. And when we'll get into it, because some of it, it's hell is, it's kind of funny. Not hell is funny, that sounds terrible, but it's kind of, it's fried. It's just fried, which makes you think one thing. But then when you start to get into thinking, but these are high level ranking politicians making high level ranking decisions, and if certain things happen, they'll have to make bigger decisions. And this is so yeah, ads over. Let's watch this and let's put it on. All right, they'll show the video too.
Hi, I was a worker at HHS. I was fired illegally on February 14th. There are many people who are not getting social service programs, especially people with disabilities. Are you going to do anything to stop what's happening?
You probably deserved it.
I deserved it?
You probably deserved it.
I deserved it.
Dude,
Wow.
sad.
Yeah, that's great to hear. Why did I deserve it?
Because you seem like a clown.
Okay, sir.
Hard truth. Okay, so this guy's talking about everybody knows with the Trump administration, they're firing a whole bunch of things. They're taking a whole bunch of funding away from places, CDC, schools. They're firing a whole bunch of people that have important jobs, or whether you believe they're important or not, that's up to you. I think everybody can agree some of them are important. Maybe some of them aren't, but you can tell by just the way, not this video's not about that, but just the way that, they fired some people, tried to hire them, I don't know. But this guy is one of those people affected that and fired. It's dealing with every state. It's happening in Indiana. And then the guy is recorded saying that, and usually like where you just don't get an answer or you give like some proper answer that is BS, but it's proper. This guy is like is making a scene of it. So I think this is a video this is taken on camera of Jim Bakes, a senator, one of only 2 people have his job, only 2 people in every state. It's a very important job, very important thing. Just a role you should have. And we're going to go through this article. It's going to go into some other things too. We're going to read through this. Very interesting. So this kind of gives a thing of what we already, summary of what we already read or watched. On a switch in elevator early in the month. Why did I deserve it? Because you seem like a clown. The door closed and scene. Cut the rage bait. Q Banks changing his social media profile to a photo of his face inside the elevator. Q Banks telling the world he won't back down from being mean to strangers. So I looked at his social media. It doesn't have, right? It doesn't have that anymore. So he changed it, I'm pretty sure. Let me see. Jim Banks. I think he changed it. Yeah, he changed it. Definitely changed it. Yeah, definitely changed it. But of course, this is true. I'm trusting that I'm not saying that, but just saying to give the information, he changed it back. And he's not going to be mean to strangers, okay? This is what you get when narcissists turn the public sector into an online fandom. You get Banks establishing dominance through public humiliation, an approach he'd presumably frown on for his children. Reader, my bad. Yeah. This is what you get when narcissists turn the public sector into an online fandom. You get Banks establishing dominance through public humiliation, an approach he'd presumably frown on for his children. Some people probably say with the old LeBron thing, just can't help but think about it, that I guess when you talk about someone's children or something, that's off the bat disrespectful. I don't necessarily agree with that, but yeah, to each his own. I think fair enough. Yeah, you probably wouldn't like someone to humiliate your children for them to try to, yeah, if they're teachers, yeah, fair enough. I don't think it's disrespectful, but the whole Brown situation, I guess if you talk about anyone, if you just mention kids, it's, yeah, okay. You get Lieutenant Governor Micah Beckwith responding to criticism of his $88,000 taxpayer-funded 2025 Chevy Tahoe High Country by rolling up to the State House in a Tesla Cybertruck as a troll. Okay, so basically what happened with this is earlier in the week, we're going to watch this video too, earlier in the week, so basically our Lieutenant Governor, it's Michael Beckwith, right, who did this one. They're all so fried, you kind of can forget who's who. So Michael Beckwith, right, he basically got a big Chevy Tahoe 2025 luxury huge car, right? Huge car, as I guess like his car to be in politics, whatever. The car that he uses to drive around, it's the car he gets with his team, yada, yada, yada. And everybody was like, okay, why do you have this car? He was getting pushback. He was getting questioned. He was getting negative publicity about having this nice ass car. Where is this money coming from? Is this a taxpayer funded car? What are you doing? This could be used for something, right? $90K taxpayer funded SUV raise. And I guess to troll people, the next day he went on Twitter, or the next day he went to the State House, went to his job with a Tesla. Don't need to talk about everything with Elon, with Teslas, people burning up Teslas, people's hurting Tesla, with a Tesla in his designated spot. And then that made everybody start thinking, okay, is this his Tesla? Did he change it? What is he doing? What's going on? And then I guess, and this is all this week, I'm pretty sure. Let me see when this article was written. It was written on, let me get my calendar up in the background. Can I get a date? I know it's up here. April 7th. It's April 10th, right? So that was what, Monday? So this is all this week. He put up in the Tesla a couple days later, which would have been, what's today? Thursday, Wednesday or Tuesday? Probably Wednesday. He pulled back up in a Chevy Tahoe, and now everybody's just like, he's trolling. What is it? And I'll get to this. I'll get to this. Let's watch this. This is a little video. Tight budget, you feel me? That doesn't stop Equus officers paying nearly $80,000 on a new trim. Secretary of State. Marco Rubio is our Secretary of State, right? I don't know. That SUV came from a dealership that gave us it. So he justified it by pointing the cuts his office made. So he made some cuts. We spent money, we saved money here, and that money can go to the Chevy Tahoe. Some other people could also say it should go to helping more people, to doing more of your job, but who knows? Bro, this is what had me rolling. We needed a car that was big enough for the guys on my team, because the previous lieutenant governor had a smaller car because she had a bunch of women that would travel with her, and we got some big guys to go with us. That's like, bro, like when you hear that like scratches the middle school part of my brain to like laugh, because it's like, bro, why would he like Suzanne? It's Suzanne Crouch. Now I remember, former lieutenant governor of Indiana, right? And then let me look up Secretary of State. Yeah, it's Marco Rubio. It's Marco Rubio. Okay, that's the current Secretary of State. But that scratches the part of my middle school brain, because it is kind of fried. But then it's like, bro, second, like a lieutenant, it's just like right under the governor, basically, right over Mike Braun, right under Mike Braun. We all know who Mike Braun is. Let's go to Mike Braun, and right under him, this guy is on, like, making quotes like this, like, it's so childish that it should scare you. And the article gets into this more. It gets into a great quote by another Republican that's doing the right thing, but this quote just had me rolling, because it's just like, but it also had me scared, because it's like, but these people, they're trying to be like a Trumpy. It's just not good. It's not good. Where are we at? We're at 12 minutes. Okay. So yeah. So that's what he did. And this is all happening in a quick amount of time. And you get Attorney General Todd Rokita standing next to a pride flag on April Fool's Day to demean people who are different than him. Again, it's like, let me see. Where's the picture? I'm just going to show the picture. They have it on here, right? Oh, I went through this. They got it on here. Okay, no, this isn't it. This isn't it. There it goes. Okay. So, Attorney General Todd Rokita, on April Fool's Day, April 1st, he took down a come and take it flag that has something to do, I know, I'm not even going to say it, but I know, something to do, and that's hell that I just did that. Okay. That has something to do with Texas and like some fight. And I should know more. I read the article, but I can't. It's not the point of this video, so I'm moving past it. But something important, something I think that is important and of a good nature that I should probably know. I'm sorry. But he took it down, I guess, and put a pride flag on April 1st. And he said, the left wins. They have brainwashed me. I'm taking down our come and take it flag and replacing it with this one, April Fools. There's some irony in that. I can't help it when you read it out loud. That's my first time reading it out loud. Come and take it flag and replacing it with this one, April Fools. It's just like, why are they doing this as their job, like messing with people like this and trying to, to demean people who are different from them. These Republican leaders have drowned their humanity inside made for MAGA personas engineered to generate likes and shares. They are not working for you. They are insecure men laboring to fill up balloons of self-importance. He's definitely disrespecting them, I would say. I definitely would also say, like, there's some truth, a lot of truth. They're not working for you. MAGA personas engineered to generate likes and shares. Thankfully, it's not our leaders and not our Republicans. Noblesville Mayor Chris Jensen, a Republican, responded to Beckwith's Cybertruck stunt with a social media post redirecting the conversation to public service. I wake up every day thinking, am I doing the best I can today to better the lives of those I serve? I hope all our leaders in Indiana do the same, Jensen said. And it's like we live in a world where saying that seems, I guess, profound for a politician, but it also in another way can seem corny and like, what's wrong with him? Oh, I gotta get him out of here. And that's insane. Like, that's just insane to think about. Prince Noblesville Mayor. That's insane. That's insane to think about, where we live in a world where it really does actually seem like it's weird on one end and this amazing big thing on another end, to be a politician that at least to just appears to seem like you're a politician because you care about people, because you want to make the place that you live, the area that you live, the community that you live better, safer, more, constructive, together, business, money, comfortability living there, all those simple things. Wanting to at least perceive yourself to do that online on camera is like a crazy thing, which is weird to think about. Also, like, it's like the thing with politicians that was like, I guess what people thought about them was that they did things, or that they, you get a lot of things from being a politician: attention, money, maybe not money, but maybe money. You got Michael Beckwith with this huge car, and then he gets the Tesla, and then swaps the Tesla out with his car again. He got the Tesla just to troll for a day. So it's just like attention, fame in your area, which, how people are. People want fame in their high school. So fame in their little attention, in their state, in their area, people, all those things. And you at least appear to be nice, but you're shady and crooked on the side. These people are wanting you to know they don't, at the very least, they're shady, like they don't care, like, they're just showing you, and it's funny to people, and it's a thing. It's kind of interesting. Yeah, the public service. Yep. State Representative Mitch Gore offered a more direct response, standing in front of the Cybertruck for a video. I would just say, Mr. Lieutenant Governor, please focus on the things that matter, Gore said. I carefully reviewed the Indiana Constitution and Indiana Code, and trolling Hoosiers doesn't appear anywhere in your job responsibilities, but serving them does. Gore's video strikes the right one. Unlike a previous social media post he made cursing at Beckwith, part of an odd new per-fan trend in Democratic politics. Okay, right, so that's been a big conversation. It's been a big conversation. Mitch Gore. Let's see. Let me just, because I do like to, I do like people to see. I do like people to see what we're working with here. All right, Mitch Gore. Just in case you haven't seen it before. Didn't mean to rhyme. There is the conversation. I made a video on it. Go watch it, about how Democrats are being, and this is, of course, it's affecting Indianapolis. I want to wrap this up. I don't want to have a long video. Mitch Gore doing this, or he's, yeah. I like this thing that that some certain Republicans are doing. I don't like the thing like I don't like the insulting and being mean, because they don't do it in a funny way. They do it in a corny way, and that's just the truth. They just do it in a way that's like, it's almost like you're low blowing, taking it too far. I don't know how to describe it. The Republicans do it in a way that is funny, but it's so childish that it shouldn't be allowed, and it shouldn't be allowed. I think when you hold them accountable, I think and the article says this in a way probably better than I'm describing, the standing in front and saying this and just holding them to task, I like that more. And it gets to this where it may not win elections, it may not do anything, but I think it gets people to just want to look into you more and care about you. And then when you come up, when I have to vote for you, you are rememberable for doing something like, oh, and that's why that might be bad. And we do need to make it about the things. That's a part of it too in this world, is just and even, I can't think of his name, Cory Booker doing that, I thought it was cool. I get how people think it was corny and like, this bro's doing this, what are you doing? And he's going to go back to being a regular politician that's doing all, but it is something that is like, you're putting your body on the line to show that this matters to you and you care, and you have, it appears that you have a heart. Maybe you are a regular politician and you want money, you're doing bad things, you're not perfect, but you're not just on here acting fried. And not even that, you're putting yourself out there to try to show that you care. And while you're showing that you care, you're talking about stuff that is true. It's better than what we're getting if you're going to call what it is still bad. And I think this is a good version of that. I will say that. Democrats can't beat Republicans by outperforming their inclivity, but they do need to do something. I was critical of Democrats for not pressing Republicans enough on accountability as Secretary of State Diego Morales flaunts his corruption. And that's when you say these things out loud, it's kind of funny, like last name Morales. Yeah. Core's Cybertruck video shows the way. He's the right messenger because we're going to watch it. We're going to watch it. Let's do this the right way. We're going to watch it.
Gore, author of House Bill. Hey Indiana, this is Rep. Mitch Gore, author of House Bill 1518, which prohibits government officials from buying luxury vehicles like the Lieutenant Governor's Tahoe High Country and the Secretary of State's Yukon Denali. Recently, the Lieutenant Governor said that he was thinking about trading that high trim level Tahoe for a Cybertruck, and on Twitter, I dared him to do it. Now today, he showed up in this borrowed Cybertruck, I guess just trying to troll us and get some extreme response. He's not going to get it, but what he is going to get is people trying to hold him accountable for that luxury vehicle purchase using our tax dollars. I would just say, you know, Mr. Lieutenant Governor, please focus on the things that matter. I carefully reviewed the Indiana Constitution and Indiana Code, and trolling Hoosiers doesn't appear anywhere in your job responsibilities, but serving them does. And listen, from an Indiana law enforcement officer, I also just want to point out that this window tint is illegal, so maybe get that corrected, or have whoever you borrowed this from correct it. Thanks, Indiana. Please hold the Lieutenant Governor accountable. Tell him to get rid of the luxury vehicle and focus on serving Hoosiers, not trolling them.
I like it. I like it. And we'll get to it. We'll get to more what it's saying. We'll get more to what he's saying. He's the right messenger because he authored the bill that, you know, you can't have luxury vehicles. He's awaiting Mike Braun's signature. Gore's approach combats Beckwith's stunt with substance and earnestness. Democrats need to do more of that. It probably won't win over Republican-based voters who cheer on Bakes, Beckwith, and Rokita, and it might not win any elections in the short term. But upright public content is not a means to an end. Democrats can model public service for its own sake while pointing out how Republicans are falling short. That's a beautiful paragraph. I really like that paragraph. Democrats don't... You shouldn't be a reasonable, good person, or someone, if you're not a reasonable, good person, you shouldn't be someone that just leaves it up for everyone to see. Like, let me say it the easiest way. You shouldn't be a good person trying to get a gift or trying to get something out of it or trying to get social media clout. You shouldn't be a good politician just for you to get a little bit more of attention or just to get, I don't even get why you want to do it that way. You should do that because you care about people. That's the reason that you got the job. That's like a doctor wanting, it's like a doctor, I don't even know, like roasting every other doctors or like roasting their patients because their patients didn't give them like a gift, a Christmas gift. Like, yeah, you should probably give your doctor a Christmas gift, but I thought you were a doctor because you genuinely wanted to help people. Or your doctor starts getting mad at you and starts like, you have a cold and he's telling you that you have a sinus infection. I don't know. Like, he's lying to you because he's mad at you for like your doctor being childish. Like, bro, I thought you were my doctor because you liked helping people. Like, don't you sign like a code of honor to help human beings? It's just weird. It's just a little strange. And doing that, like, this video was good because he's well spoken, to the point, wasn't corny, holding people accountable, in the right person for it, for the bill that he has. So it shows that he cares. Even if you don't believe he doesn't. Great. That's the way you do it. As I wrote above, not all Republicans are failing. Jensen is a strong, pragmatic leader in Noblesville. I've heard from other Republicans at various levels of government who lament the behaviors of the party's statewide elected officials and hold themselves to higher standards. I hope the Jensens of Indiana eventually prevail over the Republican Party, and that's really the wish everyone should have. For now, though, the most prominent Indiana Republicans are more attracted to the public stage than the behind-the-scenes grind of governance. They are tearing down others to build themselves up. Democrats can be the party that holds basic human decency as strength and cruelty as weakness. Democrats can be the party that holds basic human decency as a strength and cruelty as a weakness. Sorry, I read that weird. Yeah, I mean, it's just, I don't know. It's kind of weird. Sad, but at the very least weird. Like, if you're a Republican and you like these things, I know you think I don't know. I know your answer, or not I know, I would assume your answer is Democrats do it too in there. But it's so, even it's different. Like, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I don't know why these are the ones. It's because Trump, but it's just and when these people do it, it's just like, I don't know. I just don't get why that's the one. That's what's winning in certain Republican states as like the top people. But yeah, just wanted to cover that. Again, if you're watching still, I really appreciate the watch. Yeah, that's a wrap. Have a good rest of your day.